Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a wonderful Phalaenopsis Orchid, which we're going to wrap, which is always one of the hardest plants to wrap and create a wonderful gift wrap and look for the customer to take away. But using the same procedure as we used with the Oriental Lilies, we are now going to create the same backing, and we're going to use this wonderful clear Ella cellophane, and it's approximately about 36 inches in length, and then we've taken exactly the same amount that we used on the other, roughly about 34 inches in length of the craft paper, and then we're using the lime green tint as the background. So first of all, we're just going to start off by doing the top of the craft paper, and we're just going to fold over the edge. This is going to create strength to the actual backing of the design. And we're going to take a piece of double-sided sticky tape right along that folded edge, so when we actually fold over, this will sit quite nicely. So we take this away and fold over, so it gives a real nice strong top to the design. We're now first of all going to take the two sheets, and obviously we've got one that is slightly longer, and that is purposely done that way so that when we actually wrap the actual plant, this will sit nicely into the design. And you need to make sure that when you actually get your cellophanes, they are exactly square on. And I'm just going to take the two cellophanes, and I'm just going to take a small edge away to make sure they're perfectly straight down one edge. First of all, I'm just going to fold over the edge of my craft paper, and then take the double-sided sticky tape again down that edge, right up to the top. And then we're just going to peel that away, and then gently fold over, keeping those cellophanes together, and go over that edge there, just to make sure we've got that added security that none of the cellophanes are going to slide. Just take a stapler just down that edge there. We're now going to turn the cellophane over, and I'm just going to take a small sliver off this edge, and the same with the craft paper. So we're just reducing the width of the craft paper down slightly. We're now going to first of all fold straight over, and again take the double-sided sticky tape down that edge of the craft paper. Now first of all, we need to slide this clear cellophane inside, and then we fold the craft paper over. And again, just to give that strength and security, just go up the edge of the craft paper. And what this is creating is a slightly higher level of cellophane, so when you actually put your plant in, you're not going to squash the plant inside. So there you've got the base made, ready for your plant. And we're now going to take another piece of craft paper, approximately 30 inches in length, and we're going to make sure that we fold in the edges so it's nice and neat. And do the same on the opposite side. So if we fold the craft paper into the centre, like so. And we're now just going to take some of the double-sided sticky tape just down that edge, catching those folded points in at the same time. We can then fold and catch. Turn your craft paper round and repeat that same process so it's just meeting up with that join in the centre. So take your double-sided sticky tape straight down, and fold, and there now you have all the craft paper and cellophanes ready to wrap your plant. And using some pink wired cover wired ribbon, just make a small bow ready for your design. Making sure that you've got a long piece of twine that you can take around the plant and then back to your tying point. So now we have everything ready to actually wrap our plant. So first of all, we can now take the orchid plant and gently slide that orchid inside the actual cellophane. So once we've got the cellophane in and the plant inside, we can gently scrunch the plant around, so it's creating this wonderful little pocket to take your orchid. Just fasten off with a piece of twine just to hold that just over the top of your orchid plant. And we can just trim any excess from the bottom of the plant. So this allows your plant to stand and it's got a nice backing to the orchid. Using your other piece of craft paper that we've already prepared, we're just going to tease between your finger and thumb. And what we're doing is actually loosening the fibres in the paper, so it's making it more pliable to actually work with. So now we can just place the craft paper at the bottom, and then we can take the tie all the way round and bring back up to the top of the plant. So again, we're making sure that that tying point is hidden underneath the actual ribbon. So there you have a wonderful plant wrapped as a gift. And I'm just going to take some shop identification and just one little piece of ribbon which I'm not going to make any loops, I'm just keeping it quite simple, not over the top. So this actually brings a connection to the ribbon at the bottom of the design. And there, using the same technique, you've got a real dramatic look for an orchid plant that really gives the customer value for money.